Hi, I'm Christy. I want to talk to you today about dealing with routine interruption when a loved one has special needs. As I mentioned in the last video, many people with special needs find that routine is incredibly important to them. It provides a sense of familiarity and control. And when that routine is messed up, it can cause significant issues for some people. So, how do you go on a trip and not interrupt the routine? Well, the short answer is you can't. But that doesn't mean that meltdowns are guaranteed on the trip and that it'll just be a rough time for everybody. So I want to talk today about some ways that you can help minimize the disruption while you're on a trip. I found a number of articles. You can find links for them specifically on my blog at www.havenofhopeforme.com. This post originally posted in early July of 2018. The first article I found I really like. It's at kidfirst.com.au. Okay, so part of the reason I like this is because it's written by an Australian and the language is just a little bit different in a really cool way. But more importantly than that, the tips included in this article are right on and they're simple to implement. Things like give a visual schedule for your loved one, follow it, and help them know what to expect. Now, it's not specifically written for taking a trip, but I believe that many of the suggestions apply to both general life and to trips. Another article I found was on attitudemag.com. This one talks specifically about the benefits of a schedule for kids with ADD or ADHD. Now, it's written for everyday life, but again, I think many of the things can carry over to a trip. They apply to many individuals with special needs, and not just those with ADD or ADHD as well. In general, the point that they make is that the more routine that you can create and continue, the easier and more successful a trip will be, and you're likely to have fewer behavior issues. Another article is at verywell.com. This one talks specifically about taking a trip when a loved one has special needs. They say things like most of these tips can apply more broadly than the way they were originally written, and they include 11 tips for a great vacation. One of them is preparing specifically a child for the vacation. I really like it. I think you'll find it really helpful. Specialneeds.com has an article that talks about the value of maintaining a routine as closely as possible. They say that sometimes allowing for downtime can actually be a benefit. And I also appreciate the reminder that downtime does not equal a lack of a schedule or a routine. Again, it's not specifically talking about taking a trip, but I do believe that many of the tips in there will apply. TheGuardian.com has an article that talks about planning a trip that's not usually spontaneous or carefree when a loved one has special needs. They address several of the main issues that can arise and provide suggestions on how to combat these things while you're on a trip. I have several takeaways that I've gotten from all of these articles. Here's my short list. 1, keep your schedule or routine as much the same as possible. Now, that doesn't mean you can't sleep in, because I definitely would. Allow for that, plan it in, but keep the rest of the getting ready routine in the morning the same as possible. Prepare a daily schedule that's meaningful in the format that your loved one would benefit most from. This will help them know what to expect for the next day or for the day that's coming up. And if pictures are better, then maybe that would be a good option for you. 3, be flexible. 4, have a plan B. 5, be understanding. And 6, but most importantly of all, have fun. The whole point is to have fun and to experience new things. So keep that as the focus of your trip. Yes, you'll have to adjust as necessary, but I hope that with all of these tips that you will have a very successful trip. So my question for you is this: how do you maintain a routine while you're on vacation? Have you found any magic solutions that work great for your family? I would love to hear about them, and I suspect that I'm not the only one. I hope you can help other families too. So I'd love for you to leave me a comment below or on my blog. Again, you can find that at www.havenofhopeforme.com. This originally posted in early July of 2018. I'd also appreciate it if you would share this video and the blog with anybody that you think might benefit. I would love to help as many people as I can. Finally, I would appreciate it if you'd sign up for my email list. This would make sure that you don't miss any future content as it comes out, as well as any resources or bonus content that I have that comes out. So as we're managing this routine interruption as best we can, I hope that you can agree with me and say that life is good and there is never a dull moment.